Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. Open man, that's Rome Odunze.
When you call these double moves, you're going for broke. And you're looking to throw this ball over the head of the defense. So give a lot of credit to the defensive backs. Yes, it led to a completion, but this was not the big play the offense intended when the coordinator called that play.
They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. And they've got it. Gonna pick up the 1st down there. Right around midfield.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, they give it right back to Swift. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. On the option, it's Swift, and he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Williams. He'll send this one deep for Odunze. Stephon Gilmore there defensively to break it up.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Another run here, another run by Swift. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
On 3rd and a yard, it's Williams. He's got the hook up there to Odunze. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
And he'll take it on in. Keenan Allen. Touchdown, Bears.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears are back in this one. It's 17-7. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. To return, it's Brandon Powell. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Justin Jefferson and this Vikings offense heading out for their next possession. And what a start he's off to. You don't want to start prorating numbers out for 4 quarters, but fair to say, this defense going to have to find some way to slow him down. First and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And this will wind up a Vikings first down as the tackle's made just shy of the 40.
You hear teams talk about it all the time, Mike. Let's win at the point of attack. And boy, this team here early in the first quarter, they've done just that.
So from the 39, they come up on first and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On the ground now with Jones. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. Here comes 3rd and 6. To throw is Darnold. Here comes the screen to Jones. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get him out of bounds. The Bears offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
He'll go right back to Komet. He's got it again. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down, a pickup of 8.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And that's incomplete. They couldn't connect, and that's how this first quarter will come to an end. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Vikings with the edge. We're back to Soldier Field after this. So, after two straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Throwing again, Williams. And that is incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. The Vikings offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to him with another drive here. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Now he'll run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the first down with Jones.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll put Addison in motion. Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Now a handoff. Jones. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. it's 2nd and 5. They run it once more with Jones. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Bears offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll put Everett in motion here. They'll start on the ground with Swift. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. A play fake. And they'll throw with Williams. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. That's Jonathan Grenard busting in to record the sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 15. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. Here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be third down and short. They'll go play action with Darnold. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And he will have the first down. He caught it short of the lines of game, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot, then there's a medium zone option, and then the last resort is just pick up the first down with something underneath and get that fresh set of downs. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the first down.
He'll let this go deep for Jefferson.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Darnold to throw on 2nd down. Comeback route, and he's got it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. On the give, it's Jones. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
He's got a receiver. It's Addison. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. To the middle of the field, taken in by Addison.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And it's going to be 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Vikings will extend their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, You always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bears offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Now he takes off, and he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
2nd and 7. Here's Swift. And he'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Stephon Gilmore up to make the play. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing is Williams. That's over the middle and taken in by Odunze. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. To throw is Williams. That's caught. It's the tight end, Komet. A lot of terrific quarterbacks from Southern California, and here's another one. The rookie gets his team a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll go again with Swift, and he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. That's Andrew Van Ginkel in on the tackle. They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive, and here's 3rd and 4. That's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Here's Torrey Taylor now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense and Jordan Addison getting ready to get back on the field. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give it to Jones. He'll bring this up to the 22. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. Second down and 8. Darnold to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a 1st down. Now Darnold. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bears offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Williams. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. They go right back to Allen. He's got it again.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. He's going to run it. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So, a pair of first downs moves them out to the 47-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Toward the sideline, he's got Allen. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Williams. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Inside the 10, it is caught. And he will get into the end zone. Rome Odunze. Touchdown, Chicago. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Santos for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bears get it back to within 9. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense and Aaron Jones set to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Throwing, Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. To throw again is Darnold. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
That is fielded at the 13. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports Studios and our halftime report. In the first half, it was the veteran Sam Darnold who had the offense moving. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he brings this back all the way to midfield. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Give up the middle with Swift. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Now a toss, left side, it's Swift, and he'll get forward to about the 42. Blake Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle. Now a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. And he's going to have a Bears first down by a couple of yards. We'll give him 4 yards. It was 3rd and 2 as they convert. Here's Williams now to throw. That's complete. It's Odunze. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Here's Williams. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They will run it over center with Swift. Not much room to speak of. He'll take this to the 11. Here's a 2nd and 9. Williams. That's the veteran, Mercedes Lewis. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest.
And he will dive into the end zone. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Bears. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. First and 10 now from the 36. To the right side, this is Jones. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson, and it's going to be 3rd down.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. 1st down. They'll put Addison in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. To the middle of the field, taken in by Addison. From the gun, on third down, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Throwing on first down, it's Williams. That's a short throw caught by Komet. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Throwing is Williams. He'll go right back to Komet. He's got it again. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he's going to have a Bears first down. They're able to convert on 3rd and short, picking up 4. Another run here, another run by Swift. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He's got his man, Carter.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
3rd and 6. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
The Bears sending out their punt team as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had it going in the first half. really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. Second and a yard. Off the bootleg. Here's Darnold. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be out of bounds. It's just beyond the line of scrimmage. That's all they needed to pick up the first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll put Addison in motion. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. Jalen Johnson had the good coverage and is able to knock that one away.
I think that's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed.
They try and run for the first down with Jones. It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. Crushed. It's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
They'll try the right side with Swift. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. And that is incomplete. The big tight end, Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. Darnold to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Darnold. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
These are the kind of plays that give running backs bad names. I mean, there's nothing fancy about this. You're wide open, the ball's on target. He just flat out dropped it.
In motion, it's Jefferson. Third and short yardage, and here's Darnold. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's a gain of 18 yards.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike.
This crowd hoping for a challenge, and they're going to get their wish. The red flag is on the field. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So a smart decision on the defensive side to use the challenge here. This winds up as an incomplete pass. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. This one, returnable. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. That is left side and taken in by Allen.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. Now Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. The second effort, gonna get him the 1st down. Looked like he might be stopped short, but he was able to break free and take it beyond the marker.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
They teach these defensive ends to rush to the X. The X is the spot where the quarterback stops his drop, and you can see when he hit that back foot, he had nowhere to go, and he's able to bring him down for a big sack.
On the handoff, Jones. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bears offense ready to take over once again. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Here's 1st and 10. They'll put Everett in motion here. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
There's a guy, Mike, who just refuses to go down. You love to see the old school kind of stiff arm, get off me. Ability to break these tackles and still pick up big yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
A run here with Swift. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Vikings offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. This pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
Anybody who thought this coach was going to get conservative with this late lead is sadly mistaken, Mike. They're out here still throwing haymakers with this passing game. They're not content with just having the lead. They're looking to increase it.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Darnold to throw again. This one caught by the back, out of the backfield. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Having the ability to move your running back to the widest receiver, they call those the number 1 receiver, meaning he's the closest to the sideline. It really forces a defense to show their hand. Do we keep a corner out there, and I know it's zone, or do I move a linebacker or safety out there, and now you tell the offense that it's man coverage? So the versatility and the chess piece that is the running back position, it could do so much to help not only the play caller, but also the quarterback. We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On the ground now with Jones. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. The Bears offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Here's Williams now to throw. Off he goes. Big run here. He's tackled beyond the 35-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
On the ground, it's Swift. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And what a start to this drive. A little bit of everything. First, you get the explosive pass to start it out, and then you follow it up on the ground, picking up good yardage. The ability to weave back and forth as a play caller, it just puts so much pressure on the defense.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. On the out, connecting with Allen. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
The Bears send out their punt team. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
A short one taken by Hawkinson. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He's got a receiver, it's Addison. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again. Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the 1st down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Now Jones. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
From the gun on third down, it's Darnold. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch, stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of...
This crowd hoping for a challenge, and they're going to get their wish. The red flag is on the field. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge unsuccessful, and they are out of challenges now for the remainder of the game. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A run, it's Jones. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Now, Darnold. To the right side, he's got Hockenson, his tight end. Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? This is Jones. Jones, 1st down and more. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Darnold now to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
First down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. Darnold to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
3rd and goal. They'll try and run. It's Jones.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. Scott now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bears offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He's going to keep it himself. And Williams hit the deck there, but after he picked up the 1st down. That's 17 yards, and that's a 1st down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Give up the middle with Swift. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. To throw is Williams. This pass caught. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Vikings have got it. And so much for a nice gain through the passing game. Not finishing the play, fumbling the football, and the offense has turned it over, Greg.
Mike, give credit to the defender here for not quitting on this play. They just give up a chunk play in the passing game. He stays after it, and instead of just making a simple tackle, he attacks the ball, knocks it loose, and creates a big takeaway for this defense.
The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's a give to Swift. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. They'll go again with Swift. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Swift. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
What a moment in this game. A touchdown would give them the late lead. It is 1st down and goal. This one caught just past the pylon. Keenan Allen. Touchdown, Chicago. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So let's see if the Bears can keep it rolling as they go for 2. They'll try to run with Swift. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain.
I don't love the call. I mean, all week you practice these gotta-have-it plays. Every call sheet, Mike, has 3 or 4 plays that are down here in the goal line that could also be used as 2-point plays. I think to simply turn it around and just hand the ball to your running back, gotta be a little bit more creative. That's a big missed opportunity.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Chandler now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Set to go now on 1st and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 41 yards.
Big-time play there as they try to cut into this fourth quarter deficit. At this point in the game, Mike, remember, you're just going to get a couple more possessions, so you have to make the most of them, especially with the lead being this close for the taking.
To throw on 1st down is Darnold. This one brought in by Hawkinson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. In motion, it's Jefferson. On play action, here's Darnold. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Seemed to me from up here, Mike, that he really locked in on that guy. He told himself, I'm going to give my guy a chance to go compete for this ball. But anytime he enters such a crowded area, it usually means if he works through his progression, there's an easier throw somewhere on the field. Instead, he tries to fit it in and just wasn't able to quite make the completion.
And he's out of bounds with the 1st down, so they get a new set of downs and just as importantly, stop the clock.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Here's Jones. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. This crowd urging the defense on. It is 3rd and 8. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. So now, a big spot coming here. This to grab a late lead. This kick is good. They move out front and take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. Scott now on the return. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Bears offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one. Here's 1st down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And he's out of bounds with the 1st down, so they get a new set of downs and just as importantly stop the clock. A run with Swift. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They come up for 2nd and 2. Now Williams. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
And in this situation, Mike, with time running down, an incompletion here is not the worst thing in the world. Remember, you're already well within scoring range. Now you're just trying to get as close as possible. You can't take a sack, and of course you can't turn it over. So if it's not there, just throw it away.
So now the Brazilian-born Cairo Santos in a big spot. This to win the game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that very likely will be a game winner.
Well, there's no more pressure-filled spot for a kicker than that one right here, Mike. I mean, it's very simple. You make it, you win. You miss it, you lose. And what's he do? He comes through to not only give his team the lead, but most likely the victory.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. Here's Brandon Powell to bring it out. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So this one in the win column for the Bears. This one went all the way down to the wire. The late field goal with zeros on the clock seals the deal. As they come from behind, they may feel like they stole this one. They get the victory on the game's final play. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from along the lakefront at Soldier Field in Chicago.